Okay. Something strange but familiar. We'll know it when we hear it. I don't think that's it. This station doesn't quite match that bartender's description. Definitely weird though. Let's keep scanning. He said we'd know it when we heard it. Thanks, Shannon. I was doubting myself a little bit here. What's this station? I've never heard this before. Sounds like horses. Horses running? A race? Well, I said an era had some horses years back. Yeah? I've always been a little afraid of them. They're so big and I don't know. You look into their eyes and they're almost human. Like they're human and animal at the same time. Since they've been domesticated so long, I guess. Well, that fits familiar but strange for me. Harry said we just drive until it cuts out. Alright. No stopping along the petting zoo then? Oh my god. We didn't even have to turn around. Holy god, okay. Or GD. If we want to find either of these places, we gotta start from the bureau. Let's go to the bureau. We never saw horses before though. I wonder if the places you see in the Zero depends on your own experiences with life. Hall of the wait. No, it's gone! Oh, okay. Hall of the Mountain King. No, wait! Oh, that was the actual thing? Or where are we going? Where are we going again? I just kind of saw it and I clicked it and I didn't even think about it. Hopefully we'll still have a chance to go back to the Zero later. Wait, I completely lost track of where we're trying to go right now. Why are we all going to the Zero again? Like, I'm trying to make the delivery, but why is Junebug coming? Oh yeah, we wanted to go to the distillery, right? What do you suppose happened here? Some kind of storm washed it away? Haven't seen much weather down here, though. I hear the dripping. The bridge ends abruptly, crumbling in disrepair. Time to cut him loose, ma'am? Well, now I'm having fun. Ha, okay. Slow night anyway. You're just tagging along? Alright. Oh. Whoa. That's, Are those trees? A loop of decayed rope is coiled on the banister. Some rotted sections have been smoothed over with a fine dust. Whoa! Computers? Broken computer monitors are heaped precariously among the rocks. You know, we gotta remember that it could be the effects of the Neripno, huh? Something about hallucinations and lateness. Pet carrier? A pet carrier for a cat or a small dog has been left by the path. A calcified rag, wadded in the corner, may have once been a blanket. Calcified? How long has it been here? Hall of the Mountain King. Backpack? Hey, there's somebody here. What? A hiking backpack leans against a rock. It's empty, except for a dusty bag of cat food and a few punch cards. A pile of discarded electronics burns steadily in the center of the chamber. They burn electronics here? Amy? Who is Amy? I can keep looking at the fire for some reason. Oh. Oh, it's triangles within triangles down here. Shifting, intersecting, overlaying. Isn't it romantic? Let's see. You're here to steal back the love of a boy you once knew when you were too young to recognize the movements of the heart. Oh? And you're escorting her, pretending to have her interests at heart, while really, you're in love with a young woman as well. So you've agreed to help him, conspire to win her affections, but it's just a ploy to set him up for embarrassment and diminish him, out of the picture. I'm into it. Well, maybe I still have the knack. I used to be really good at this. I had 11 novels published, from The Billionaire's Bidding to Fields of Longing. Real hot, bodice-ripping stuff, you know? I miss those days in my Lexington, studio apartment, just me and my thesaurus, steaming up the windows. Is Lexington a place in Kentucky? Because we saw the newspaper in the entertainment that was named Lexington Herald. I'm not so sure you should be listening to this, kid. I'm not listening. But of course it couldn't last. You know, suddenly it was all computers everywhere you went. I thought I might be able to do something with that. Inject a little libido into those ugly beige boxes. So I went back to the university and I studied human-computer interaction. And then I picked up Donald's research assistantship here as a tester, debugging. Donald! Lula and Lula and Joseph's roommate. He's still doing researching. Ooh. In my off hours, I played around with a doomed love story at the core of our little simulation. That seemed to amuse Donald, so I kept at it. I'm afraid I tinkered too much. Made it too complex. Now our work is never done. We don't even have to add any new functionality. The bugs just grow on their own. Too complex. I miss those days in my Lexington studio apartment. So some like whoa! There's more people here. Old man. They debug electronics here by burning them? Okay. Donald! Donald puffs out a smoldering pipe while half mumbling, half singing an old country tune. Where the old green river runs, through hills and caves unknown to us, down to that sunless sea. Oh, who are you? What's that song? Oh, you've caught a verse of my absent-minded warbling. It's just a song from my youth. Something a dear friend used to sing to herself as we hacked on crystal radios in the boiler room. Must be Lula. In old Kentucky, where my love, a lovely home did build for me, and where the old green river runs, through hills and caves unknown to us, down to that sunless sea. From there on, it's all meandering rivers and romantic greenery, and... That is... What were we talking about? What's that computer over there? Looks pretty vintage. Hey, usually Shannon's the one that's like, hurry up guys, let's go, but this time it's Conway. It looks like a harmless old computer, doesn't it? Like some old beat-up mainframe exhumed from a university basement and left in this cave to rot or to flower. No, it's no ordinary computer. I've modified it extensively. And in some pretty experimental ways, believe you me. And that's to say, nothing of the software, but... You look like a technically minded sort of person. Tell me, do you know the effects of mold growth on diffuse base transistor circuitry? I don't know. Would the mold burn up, or would the board short circuit? The mold would burn up. Exactly. It burns, and oh, the sweet smoke that issues from it. But it also leaves a sticky residue to seep through the machine, forming new connections and creating new circuits. What? The computer is no longer the pure domain of language or mathematics, but entropy. Thwarted and feeble, we hammer on this derelict keyboard. My name is Reason, King of Kings. But we are mere tourists in the ruins. Our keystrokes echo off into the tunnels, boundless and bare. The caves stretch far away. We are too late. Always too late. What? Did you say something? You were about to tell us about the software. Okay, I have to say that at this point, I'm completely lost in this conversation. Oh, the software. My life's work. Xanadu. You've heard of it? Perhaps you've read about it in a journal? It's been years since I published anything. Xanadu has evolved significantly since I explained its data structures in my article, Literary Multitudes, Hypertextual Narrative as Post-Structural Witness. Evolved, and then deteriorated. Donald sighs dramatically, and takes a puff from his pipe. I'm afraid you're too late, fellow hypertext enthusiast. As the mold accumulated on the circuitry, Xanadu blossomed for a moment into something holy and enchanted. Then all the charm was broken. Do you have any idea what it's like to spend your life building something, and then sit powerlessly as your work declines into ruin? Junebug has no problems, but everyone else does. Let's go with Ezra. My family disappeared. Julian and me don't know what to do. It's pretty bad. So, wandering without the ones who give us purpose, like a ghost. Well, I have my own ghosts, and I keep them in there, in Xanadu. It's running on that glorious dusty machine. Take a look if you'd like. Too late to do anything but smoke or reminisce anyway. Far too late to do anything. Oh, there's more people here. Andrew, Xanadu, a computer named Xanadu. That's apparently going to ruin. Amy, a woman in a tattered cardigan, looks furtively at the other people around the fire. It's not to Andrew. They just basically set up camp in here. Do you know that when I first... No, I mean, if this cave were larger, could it... Now I'm getting ahead of myself. I've got it. How would you characterize this space? The one we're standing in now? Junebug. It's a mess. A catastrophe. Or the site of some ancient catastrophe anyway. Sure, the evidence is all around us. We know what's burning on the fire, right? The computer? The shadows make it hard to tell how big it is. Sure, but they're not just shadows, right? I mean, they could be. They're projections. Or maybe they're anatomies. How's that? Can you tell where we are now? Surrounded by creeping anatomies? Close your eyes. Will you close your eyes? Only if you close yours. Okay. I can do it from memory. Good. Now. You are standing at the top of a rocky peak. A tongue of flame licks the shadowy anatomies of... He's forgetting. Where are we? Oh, here again. How disappointing. Oh, so maybe if we didn't tell him to close his eyes, maybe it would be different. Sorry to, disappoint. No, it's my fault. I shouldn't be so attached to the future. It's always getting in the way of my work. Better to be in the moment, carefully observing and documenting, with no attachment. Let me give you an example. I was a grad student studying statistics when I started working with Donald on his project. So it's Donald plus his research assistants here. He said we needed someone with a more analytical mind to do the descriptive writing. Someone who would appreciate the cave descriptions as real labor, instead of taking their authorial voice for granted. Donald warned me it would be long hours of typing painstakingly detailed descriptions into the computer. And I've put in the hours. Believe me, I've put in the hours. I've described every facet of this cave in such detail that sometimes I don't know if I'm reading or looking, writing or exploring. Often, in the dark and lonely moments, I worry that in my sleep, I've transcribed rooms from my dreams into the system. How would we know? They could only be entered with precise, faithful detail. That's all I know how to write, and all I dream about is caves. I only dream of caves. And he writes about caves, so it's all a little bit, overlapping. A man wearing large glasses inspects the ceiling. You know, we started off pretty realistically with the whole, oh, our truck broke down, and then we met Junebug, but now we're suddenly getting back to the really like, what the heck is actually happening here sort of parts again. A massive gate, constructed out of scavenged material blocks. Passage down the far side of the spire. Roberta! There's a lot more people here than I thought. The kingdom is in peril! Well, what else is new? Where's the kingdom? You're in the throne room. There are 3 legendary treasures hidden throughout the castle that will restore these ruins to their former glory. What do they look like? She's messing with you, kid. Enchanted jewelry, talismans, a magic mirror that prevents the future, a magic shield that protects the bearer from age, a magic chest that's always filled with... I never went to the university. I was an independent scholar. It means I took to the public libraries, like a benchcomber. I studied fairy tales. And then I came to work for Donald. I paid the bills, rubbed leathering elbows with academics, scraped black mold from cave walls. Finally, now I carry the firewood into senescence. The kingdom is in peril. 'Cause it's dying. The Xanadu is dying. A woman in a long, worn shirt stares at the fire, lost in thought. Ah, okay, so I thought the middle was the Xanadu, but it's actually like... it's right here. Donald. Baffling control panels are sheltered from the elements with a worn tarp. A closet-sized wall of knobs and wires looms behind the machine, humming faintly. An electric typewriter is the only easily recognizable component. Do we touch it? How do you think we get it started? This old thing? Maybe there's a hand crank around. Oh, it has a run key. Press the run key. Oh? Whoa, whoa, the mouse is off. Whoa! I didn't press anything. Xanadu. Do you want me to like... At den of what? Should I do something? You are... Whoa, I can't read that. Xanadu's talking to me. Ha, this thing is in rough shape. Try blowing on it, it's not a cartridge. Do these switches do anything? Conway flips an unlabeled switch. It's typing or something here. The messages, but I really can't read it. Okay, that's worse. It kind of looks like a house. Type house. Is it getting better? In Bedquilt? Whoa! Whoa! You are in... everywhere. Joseph and Lula recover the computer. Crying on their backs? Oh, what is going on? Lula. What the... Is everything on the... Did that say Lula? Donald... I don't know. I've got the machine. Borrowed from these... school? Oh... It's a little bit spooky. And I can't read anything. A young... olding? Damn, I can't tell what she's saying. Oh, I have my portable degausser with me. Old systems like this, one can build up a remnant magnetic field that sort of warps everything along whatever pattern it's settled into, you know? The degausser clears that up by suddenly shaking the magnetic field around it until it's uniform again. That's how I like to think of it anyway, like shaking a snow globe. Worth a shot. Oh wow. Hall of the Mountain... Oh, gink. Good enough. Good enough. Maybe not good enough. Well, okay. I really can't tell what it's saying. Am I supposed to be able to tell? This is a really cool technique though, because normally, if they have voices in this game, all they would have to do is muffle the voices or whatever. But they're trying to convey by text that the audio is not working. Pretty cool. Not seeing any new shapes here. Press any key to quit. Premature. End of file. Oh, we can read it a little bit now. This is where you set up your... I don't know. This is a lost cause. What a piece of junk. Well, they did say it was dying. Oh, we didn't get anywhere. Bizarre. And what was that about Lula? Maybe Donald knows how to clear it up a bit. Baffling control panels. Yes, we've seen this. Donald, I know it's kind of breaking down, but we're hoping that you have some way for us to play with it, even if just a little bit. Those shadows, look at how it's like coming to life. Oh, it's a long walk. So, you've seen it for yourself. What's left of it? Pretty busted. The chalky bones of a beautiful dream. But you can see what it once was, can't you? Can't you? I don't know about that. There was so much more to it. Ornate labyrinths of memory, exhaustively simulated parallel cave ecosystems, real artificial intelligence built on sophisticated neural network algorithms. The birds in the forest could flock in 3 dimensions. The bats could learn to sing. What is the machine supposed to do? It doesn't seem like it has a very focused function. But back in the day, I guess these computer functions are pretty impressive. And then it began to crumble when the strangers came. At first, we only heard them, walking heavily through the caves, dragging things around, hammering and clattering their tools. Sometimes, we heard working songs, never close enough to make out real voices, just their echoes cascading wordlessly in the tunnels. This we caught a glimpse of one. Then we caught a glimpse of one. What do they look like? They look like... No, it's too horrible. I shouldn't be telling you about this. They're dangerous. They're strange. I should have never tried to outwit them. They were always too much for me. But it's too late now. If I'd listened to Lula, Oh, remember back in the interlude for Act 1? What was that one called again? The one where we went to the museum. Limits and demonstrations. There was a tape about how Lula, Donald, and Joseph were in a cave. Lula was like, okay, that's it guys, I'm bailing, I'm going back out. But then Joseph and Donald, they continued in. So maybe this is what they're talking about here. Lula? Lula Chamberlain? Yes, of course. Oh, do you know her? I completely forgot that we're still looking for her. We're looking... we know how they know each other, but okay, sure. How do you know her? It was a long time ago. All this... You see, just look at it. No, she's gone now. She left. We built this together, did you know? Lula, Joseph, and I. I did know. Lula's gone from here, but Donald points across the cave with his pipe. Still in there. In Xanadu. Ooh. I don't know where Lula is now, or how to get there from here, or how to unwind that damn tangled highway. But Xanadu, before its ruin, was faultless as an oracle. A shrine to perfect simulation. It's just a computer for simulating... whatever? Until... But maybe? Those weird interlopers destroyed my Xanadu. Perhaps they know how to fix it. You're not gonna go tell me to find them, are you? You said they were too horrible to describe. It may be dangerous. I've spent many eager seconds to negotiate with them, to repair my masterpiece. Back there, that tunnel. Push back the vines. Crawl out into the darkness. Watch your step. After a while, you'll feel the terrain change beneath your hands and knees from rock to crystal and then to mud. Then you'll be out. That's where the strangers come from. Now leave me alone. I still have a bit of mold in my pipe and a few dreams left. Our primary thing is going to Dogwood, but we're like straying really far from it now. Where the strangers come from. Whoa. Looks like a graveyard. Oh. Am I here somewhere? Ah! Well, this can't be right. It looks like an old church. Worth a look inside. I guess. I want to stay outside. Why? I think I saw a lizard. I'll stay with him. Okay, we'll make it quick. Where's Johnny? Whoa! Oh, okay. I'm Ezra now. Alright. These are graves. An epitaph is engraved on the stone grave marker. Eric Malarkey, generous disposition, will be missed. Below the inscription is a note written in white chalk. HT8191T, fill date June 29, notes of almond. Fill date? It's like prescription pills or something? So there's a church nearby, but there's also lots of graves here. Ryan Haynes and David York. We think you two would really have liked each other. So they didn't meet before, but they buried them together? Or is it more like they were gay, but back then homosexuality was not accepted, so they gotta like go around it by putting something less obvious. Weird finish. Oh, is it talking about the date that the gravestone was made, or what? Huh. Craig Ostrin. Always had a far-off look. Probably still does. Yeah, they all have a note. Aftertaste of rainwater. Wow, I'm really not sure what that is. Aftertaste of rainwater? Weird finish? Na Swin or Samuel Cole. 2 names? Sweet and fungal. Fill date September 8th. It's certainly talking about like... It's assessing the taste or like... something. I don't... Fill date. Robert Burgess would have wanted it this way. Maple turpentine. Oh. Auntie Lukonen should have said something. Sense of foreboding. They all have it. Man, I'm trying really hard to think of what it is, but it's something to do with the gravestone for sure, because they all have it. Ooh. Unknown. Seemed reasonable. So I'm guessing this is not a fancy place to be buried at then, if random people... It seems like maybe this is the place where they put people that they don't, the people who don't have any relatives to take care of these matters for them, so they just get thrown here. Easy on the nose. Maybe adults know more. Find any lizards? What, I wasn't really looking. Nice cover story, kid. Oh. Do you have a family? Rude, but exactly what a kid would ask. Well, I've got Johnny, the vicious cycle, the motorcycle. I've got you folks right now. Is that a family? Let's call it what it is. Junebug and the people she surrounds herself with. See? It means something. It makes a claim. It's specific. No. See, this is like Ezra saying what he thinks of Junebug's family, but I think what we make him say is kind of indirectly deciding what he thinks about himself too, because he also doesn't have a family. His family abandoned him. I want to be specific. I think you are. It's the middle of the night, and here you are in a graveyard. Any other kid your age would be in bed. You've just got to make choices and own them. you think I was born this foxy? I came off the assembly line, about half a foot shorter, and all gray, no eyes. Assembly line? All gray. No eyes? I thought this was like a joke about being born, but then what the hell is that? All gray and no eyes. Oh. They were going to have us clearing out the old mine. Doesn't matter what you look like under all that rock and water. A bunch of gray shadows shoveling and hammering invisibly at the walls, draining the tunnels. Oh. Do we know who owns the mines? What? So she was forced to do labor? She and Johnny? Johnny found some gear, an old tape player. We hid away in an underwater cave and listened to it over and over, and we knew we weren't miners. Oh, we listened to that too. We slipped out onto the road, just these two featureless shadows, and ever since that night, we've been detailing, coloring in, specifying. Oh. That's why they're so like punk, cause that's a strong way to indicate that you got this personality and whatnot. I feel more like myself every day. I think I should be a musician too. Is that right? I'll have to keep an eye on you. Alright. Oh, they're back. Find anything at the church? This is where the strangers should be. There you are. What'd you find in there? It wasn't... Hey, what's going on? You look flushed, old man. It doesn't matter. Right, okay, we got what we need. Let's go. We did? We got what we need? Oh, okay. Oh. How did we even go there? Just now. Trace an orbit round the road and close your eyes with holy dread, for we on mold and whiskey fed and drank from rivers down below. We found your strangers. We know how to fix your damned machine, but I'm not sure it was worth it. Oh, soon the visions will return. What have you found? Aw, what? We didn't get to see what they found in there. They seem to be intact. No one's hurt though, so I don't know what happened in there. Well, apparently the mold was helping it expand and stuff, right? So I don't know if I want to scrape that off. Unplug it for a while, just like any other electronic. They say you need to type in a specific phrase to restore it. Oh. A bit of a poem to rally the illustrious spirit, of course. Well then, type away, by all means, do not hesitate. Type away. Alright. Alright. I'm Shannon now. There's a goddamn noise again. Is that the sound of someone walking? We're all walking, like, it only happens when we walk, it seems. Okay, we'll see who it is once they stop walking. It's not Shannon. Okay, well it's not Conway and it's not Ezra. Was it Junebug? Is she a robot? Because when she said she got off the assembly line earlier, that really sounded like a robot thing. Can we make her walk a little bit more? Walk, Junebug, walk. We can look at the fire again. Yeah. We never really got to find out what this is, huh? We didn't pick that option earlier. The Junebug won't... There she is again! It is her! So they were manufactured, okay. Junebug and Johnny. That's... It's not really unexpected given the surrealistic nature of this game, But seeing as how we're in like what is it again? Like 1970s? They had robots in the 1970s? Must be really early versions. Okay. We're supposed to type in dome in air. Weird. Just following instructions. Here we go. Dome in air. Wow, we have a lot of scenes in this act. Xanadu. Oh, Lord. It's on, and it works. At end of road. Oh, it's simulating driving a car to the end of the road? This is the degausser thing, right? What does pressing it do? I don't know. I'll leave it alone for now. Oh! You are standing at the end of a road before a small brick building. Around you is a forest. Oh. Check out the building. Enter building. It's like a text adventure. Xanadu is a simulation software machine thingy, huh? Inside building. A lamp? You are inside a building, a storage shed, for the National Park Service. It's typing here. There is a sensible, modern electric lantern nearby. Get the lantern. Is Conway typing right here? Taken. Exit building. Now we can go into the forest with a lantern. Oh. That's not something you can enter. Just type a direction. North. In forest. It's kind of like Kentucky Route Zero itself. Keeps telling us where we are with the act transitions, the scene transitions. Oh, the shapes are so basic, but you can make it out. It's a forest. You are in open forest with a deep valley to one side. Okay, Ezra. Can we climb a tree? I don't think much is to be achieved by that. Sorry. Can we dig a hole? You can't see any such thing. Ezra's too creative for this ancient machine. Pretty limited vocabulary. South. You're in forest. Hey, it's a maze. To east? You're in forest. Uh-oh. Lula is here, soldering replacement components in a small handmade radio. Oh, we should talk to her. Ask Lula how she is doing. Hi, Donald. I'm getting the strangest interference out here. I've been tuning the radio circuits gradually as we go, swapping capacitor values and tweaking resistor networks. It was working for a while, but everything I can pick up sounds so distant and muffled. Lula hands you the radio. So, is this something that's happened in the past before, according to what kind of data Donald fed Xanadu? Or is this completely simulated? Well, maybe you'll have better luck. You're good at this stuff. Just don't forget to give it back. East? You're in forest. Joseph is here, tapping with a small stylus on a modified pocket braille slate. A small gray kitten! No more than a few weeks old. dozes comfortably on top of his backpack. Maybe he has something to say. Donald! I was just transcribing your footsteps. Sounded like... Joseph runs his finger along the index card he's been tapping on from right to left. Sounds like a bad way to get a paper cut. Long weary song, drearily gone, dearly gone. You beat a melancholy shuffle through these woods, Donald. Ha! I've been noting down the sounds of the forest with an ear for speech and an inborn filter for poetry, I suppose. So maybe it's me being melancholy after all. I'm eager to see what poetics subsystem makes of these punch cards. Is that the thing that we saw in the first act interlude as well? Wasn't there some sort of like a radio system thingy going on? East? At edge of hole. Hey, well, it looks like we don't have to dig our own hole. Oh, wow. You are at the edge of a massive hole. The dirt gives way to rock as the ground sinks into darkness. The computer tied to your upper back slickens with sweat in the afternoon sun. The rope slung around your shoulder has slipped under the strap of your backpack, digging uncomfortably against your collarbone. Yeah, let's do something a little sensible here. We did get a lamp for a reason. I don't think we'll see anything though. Shine the lamp into the hole. Light lamp. Your lamp is now on. Shine lamp in hole. The lamplight only reaches a few yards down the hole, where the rock is coated in a slimy black mold. Ugh. You can tell that the walls are too slick to climb safely without assistance. Yell into the hole first to see if there's any pirates. I only understood you as far as wanting to yell. Yell, any pirates down there? No response. Sorry, kid. You're battling Zero today. Zero. Ah, that's what I thought of when I saw the hole. At least we know there's no pirates. Try using the rope to climb down safely. Tie rope to tree. The rope is tied snugly to a tree trunk. Down. Your feet slip a few times on the slimy rock, but you remain stable. Lula and Joseph descend carefully after you. Yeah, they were going into a cave. This is like detailing them going into the cave. In Bedquilt. Should I touch this? Oh yeah, it just kind of like fuzzes it up and then fixes it again. Whoa. You are in Bedquilt, a long east-west passage with holes everywhere. Joseph and Lula remove the computer equipment they are carrying on their backs and begin setting up. Well, that's the last trip, so everything's down here now. Say something back to her. You gotta type in what you want to say. You make an awkward joke. Don't be so morbid. Oh, haven't we? I feel like we've definitely seen this line in the interlude. I kind of remember it. Don't be so morbid. Lula looks pensive. What's the gear they're carrying? Probably some like antennas and like electromagnetic stuff. Ask Lula about gear. Sure, Donald. We may as well take inventory. I've got the tape machine. Yes! And the synthesizer parts we borrowed from the School of Music. It's all tuned up to my voice, so we won't have to type so much. Yeah! This is totally the interlude. Joseph has his slate, In the punch cards he's transcribed from the poems we read him, he's got the typewriter and the paper tape reader. And you've got the CRT display. How's your back holding up? Damn, I got the heaviest thing. Oh. Ask her where the treasure is. This is deviating a little bit from what we've seen already, so I want to see how Lula will reply. If we knew that, we wouldn't have to set up down here. I know you think this environment will help our project, get us in touch with a deep romantic reverence for some kind of profound natural spookiness, but I was more comfortable in our lab. The university picked the worst time to cut our funding. Typical institutional stinginess and academic politics. I mean, I felt like we were getting really close to something. Anyway, I don't know if it's sustainable down here. You know, to live and work here together. Hold on. Is this what they meant by sharing? Wait, is this what they meant by being roommates? They live together in a cave? Oh my god. Joseph looks uncomfortable. Jealous. Hey Donald, can you help me wire up these generators? I'll assemble the synthesizer, but I could use some help with the serial interface if you have time. You hear an unfamiliar echo from a tunnel to the east. If we help Lula, Joseph is gonna be angry. Let's do it. Help Lula. Bye, Joseph. Thanks, Donald. I can never remember which color leads to which pin. Lula begins unpacking a box of wires and terminals. Do you think there are paintings down here? Cave paintings, I mean. Maybe some old pottery shards from when the world was young and early men and women huddled in these caves to... Do you know? I think cultural fossils are the saddest fossils. Sadder than animal remains, I mean. We might come across a petrified mollusk or a partially dinosaur footprint, and we say, there was a point of contact here, where a body touched the earth, and maybe there's a little bit evidential garbage, but the life who owned that body never cared and has moved on anyway. And that's the end of it. But suppose I shine my lantern on one of these walls, and I see a crude painting, thousands of years old. 2 men and a woman, charcoal and blood on rock. Someone put that there to keep something on the rock after she passed. A hope, a relationship, or a moment. A worry, maybe a regret. She made a painting to keep something alive for her, but like that dead mollusk and that itinerant dinosaur, she had to move on. Whatever it was is gone, and now we're looking at this painting, this dangling copy with no original. You are interrupted by the ominous echo of a grating, scraping sound from the east, louder than before. What the hell was that? Let's check it out. Tunnels. If I remember right, at some point Lula gets a bit spooked out and she's like, I'm going home, guys. You guys can stay here if you want, but I'm leaving. We'll see if that comes up. You rush down the tunnel, with Joseph and Lula close behind. That sort of got intense back there. No wonder they're still thinking about it. The tunnel narrows, and soon you find yourself crawling on your hands and knees. Navigating the tunnel gradually becomes more awkward. A smooth rock gives way to jagged crystalline surfaces. Oh my gosh. Scratches and taps echo from the end of the tunnel, some short and piercing, some slower and groaning as if dampened by water. The tunnel opens into a large room. A crystal room. Hey, there's a treasure we're looking for. Maybe. Oh my god! What the? The strangers! You are in a large irregular chamber. The walls, floor, and ceiling are covered with crystalline projections. Strangers are here, scraping black mold from the crystals. They look up when you enter. One of them seems about to speak. Finally! Let's listen to what he says. There's a lot of them. They kind of remind me, well, obviously because of the art style here, but it kind of reminds me of the boys from the distillery and Conway's leg. The stranger reaches for a box he's carrying and presses a plastic button. The box whirs to life, and a crackly voice blurts something unintelligible, then slows to a deep gurgle. Oh, they can't talk. He looks at his companion momentarily in confused disappointment. Then he returns his awful gaze to you. Joseph flees through a tunnel to the north. Lula flees to a tunnel to the northeast. We're all leaving now? Let's follow Joseph. Oh, but then she's alone by herself too. Let's go with Joseph. Joseph scrambles across outcrops of crystal as you struggle to follow him in the dark. He calls back, breathlessly. What happened to Lula? Lula, are you back there? No, we should look for her. It's dangerous down here by herself. Look for Lula. You can't see any such thing. Oh, the way they say that is so strange. It's not like, you can't find Lula, you can't see her. Any such thing. Donald! You have to find her! Make sure you find her! Joseph climbs through the cave into the darkness. He's going in deeper. You can't see any such thing while looking for Lula. The strangers return to their work, scraping the crystals. There is no sign of Lula now. You should leave. It's kind of like a text adventure, but then they're like directly telling you that you should do some things and not others. It's kind of creepy. We just left Lula in there? We just went back. You are in Bedquilt, a long east-west passage with holes everywhere. Joseph is here, panting for breath. Damn, did they follow us? Where's Lula? He seems pretty scared. Reassure Joseph. Hell with you! I told you to go find her, you son of... Enough. This is where she'll go, right? We'll wait for her. Here, she'll be okay. She's tougher than either of us. May as well wait. Time passes. Joseph nervously pets the kitten in his coat pocket. I guess we could wait for an hour or so. Like, I don't want to search for her and then have her come back here and then we don't bump into her. Wait for an hour. Time passes. A shifting, fluttering sound grows louder from one of the tunnels. Yeah, I think I heard it. It was a female voice. Yeah, what's that? Was that her? 5 disoriented bats stumble through your lantern light and off into an adjacent passage. Let's wait a bit longer. A day! Time passes. Plenty of water down here at least. And I packed some of that jerky I made. What is that sound? Didn't come out too well, but... I'll try and start a fire, I guess. I don't know. After one day, you come up with this? What? Keep waiting? He seems to want to wait. A month? Okay, that kind of waiting is just not... Oh god. Time passes. You begin to measure days and nights by the life and death of the fire. I don't know about you, Donald, but I'm starting to hate this place. It's so confining. I can't even think without it bouncing off all these damn weird walls, coming back at me all distorted. The last few days, I've been thinking, sort of daydreaming. Maybe I'll set up on the side of the road somewhere, ditch the academics and get a couple more cats. Oh, that's exactly what he did. Remember, he had a cat and it died. And he did set up on the road as a gas station attendant. This sounds nice, doesn't it? After all this? Joseph withdraws into his thoughts. How long will it let us wait here? Like, what's the maximum time? Wait indefinitely. Time passes. What? Lula is here. She's either just arrived or has been standing here for some period of time. Oh, I guess it's because we waited indefinitely, so... She eventually came back, but we're waiting forever for her. Literally forever. Is it you? Or more shadows? Lula advances carefully. It really is you, isn't it? I got lost out there in the tunnels. For a while, I thought I was running in circles, or some kind of labyrinth. Every rocky wall and floor looked the same. Finally, I ended up here. I heard you talking, but I thought I might have been hallucinating. I ran back into the tunnels, and I found some other people, and they fed me. They housed me. They fixed my glasses, patched up my sweater. Decent people, but strange. Secretive. Like the people we saw earlier, or other people? While I was out there, I spent some time on the Zero. What? Why? Joseph, it's different than we've heard. It's like a real place. They pick up garbage, they deliver mail, they go to work and to church. My most vivid memory is a parade of images, like a walking dream or a slide lecture I'll never understand. A television, a scarecrow, a crystal, a feather, a sandwich, a CRT monitor, a bottle, an anchor. Ah, she's talking about all the little images that we see when we're on the Zero. Yeah, I think it's definitely related to the things that we're associated with. CRT monitor, that's what I've been carrying on my back. Crystal, the crystal caves. Sandwich? Joseph seems agitated. What's up with Joseph? Or... I kind of want to see what... So many choices, man. We should ask her more about it. Ask Lula about the Zero. It's calling to me, Donald. It seems important. Well, now we know that she works in the Zero. She works in the bureau. Important? It doesn't matter now, damn it. I'm leaving. To hell with all of it. What does getting back on track mean? I guess we will get him back on track. Like, what's the difference between that and stopping him? Because we're stopping him from leaving. Getting him back on track, isn't that stopping him from leaving? No? Get him back on track. We're so close. Divert Joseph's attention. You shout something at Joseph about the project you are working on together. You'll die in these damn cold caves. And what about those men? You know they'll come back. He's scared because we've been in the cave for like the longest of time so far. Tell him we can find somewhere to start a fire. You shout something at Joseph about going deeper into the caves. Did you hear their voices? They're not... human? They'll find you, but not me. I'm going back to the surface. Stop! Your stupid fight is ringing through the whole damn cave. Joseph is right, we can't stay here. I'm leaving too, but I'm not heading back to the surface. I'm taking my station wagon, and I'm heading down to the Zero. Yes! We heard this line, we heard this whole line before in the interlude. Do we make them all stay here? Because as far as I know, Donald right now is on the Zero too, because this hall of... what's this place called again? Mountain of... Hall of Mountain King, or like whatever it was. It's on the Zero too. Let's try making her stay though. I think we need her to stay. You plead with Lula about your continued collaboration. I'll send you this tape when I'm done recording. Oh, we've seen this! I'll put it in the mail, and then you can see what your damn machine does with it. The damn machine in question here. No! No! Lula and Joseph have left. Oh, we're alone. No! Abandoned by your collaborators, your confidants, your companions, the only two among your colleagues with whom you've ever trusted the gift of your friendship. Pretty thick. Sounds like Beardo had his heart broken. You wander the tunnels alone, dragging along the components of your unrealized masterpiece, combing the underground passages for a new site in which to realize your vision. Sounds like a genius. How do you mean? It does sound kind of vain, to be honest. Vain. Vanity, ain't it the truth? My aunt, Remedios, before she got into the whole ethnomusicography thing, she was a painter, mostly nudes in oil. She had this model, I'll never forget him, big, classically physical guy. Looked like he was about to storm Troy. He made everyone call him the Colonel. Okay. Weaver and I saw this guy naked a lot. You couldn't help it. He was always posing somewhere in the house, made a sketch of his profile, or worked on the right mix of pigments for his abdomen. The Colonel had this magnificent hair, long black hair that ran down just to the bottom of his shoulder blades. One evening, he was standing next to an open window in the back of the house. The sun was setting. Early spring, I think. It was kind of windy. Aunt Remedios was trying to get his hair right. She kept arranging it, like half in front and half behind, running over his shoulder and laying across his chest in this very specific way. Shannon has completely gone off topic here. But it itched him or something, and he'd do this weird indignant shuffle thing. Or the wind from the open window would push it around, or he'd start and turn his neck when Weaver and I ran by, or I ran by, and everything would be tangled again. The final product was a swirl of black lines billowing around the top of his neck. Weird thing is, I don't even remember his face now, just that black swirl. Probably the best one she ever painted. Oh, we're back? Oh, yup. Hall of the Mountain King. Oh, this is so meta. We're at the Hall of the Mountain King right now, in a simulation of the Hall of the Mountain King. After what may have been years, you stumble out of a tunnel into a cavernous open space. Ah. Stalactites adorn the ceiling like grotesques. In the center of the room is an enormous rocky spire. This is where you'll set up your equipment and establish your legacy. Oh my god! How powerful is this simulation here? Now is the time to continue your work. Research Assistant, 0. Realism Indexed, 37%. Romance Indexed, 2%. Mold coverage, 0%. You may hire a new research assistant, assign assistance to a task, or sleep until tomorrow. Let's hire somebody. We don't have anyone to assign. What? It suddenly turned into like a simulation thingy. Uploading job advertisement to university message boards. No way! You have hired Weaver, who studies mathematics. More! Sleep is for the weak. No new applicants. Try again later. Okay. Weaver, go do something. You may assign research assistants to debugging, transcription, or speculation. She's good at math. Which one of these is the most math-oriented? Speculation! Debugging, I guess? Assign available research assistants to debugging. Can we hire someone new now? Look at all these pie graphs and stuff. Oh my god. I think we gotta go to sleep. Time passes. Weaver makes adjustments to the echolocation algorithm. Bats now fly normally, instead of getting hung up on each other's wings and clustering together like a horrible leathery tumbleweeds. This is so meta! What the hell? They're talking about like simulating the bats inside the simulation. Now is the time to continue your work. 1. Gotta hire more. Hey, 47% realistic. 2% romance. What the hell does romance mean? 8% mold. It's gotta be good. Let's hire someone new. Oh, crap. I accidentally clicked on the other one. And I just realized you can make it go a little faster by clicking on it like that. You have hired Rick, who studies library sciences. I'm guessing we can't hire more. Yeah. Do they all have to do the same thing? Okay, let's try a little transcription here, guys. And then we can go to sleep. Am I ever gonna do anything aside from, like, hiring people? Time passes. Weaver fixes some weird math with some weirder math. Rick summarizes the migratory patterns of bats through the tunnels. Greasy black mold is collecting on the computer equipment. That's a good thing, isn't it? Wait. Black mold? Weren't the strangers scraping black mold off of the crystals? No romance! But 72% realistic. How do we get some romance going on here? We need more people. That's how you get romance going on. Amy. Okay, she's here. Who studies human-computer interaction. We haven't met a Rick either, so I'm guessing he's not here either. Yeah, okay, we can only hire one person a day. Everyone, get to speculating. You have 3 research assistants available today. Assign how many to speculation? 2? And then we can go to sleep. Time passes. Amy muses about the love lives of fungal colonies. Weaver discards centuries of exhaustive data on the uniformity of cause and effect. Intruders! Oh! Oh! It's right there! The strangers are doing something to the equipment, but you can't make out what. You hide behind a rock until they leave. They probably scraped the mold off. With trepidation, you emerge from your hiding place. Hours later. Now is the time to continue your work. I'm not convinced this is getting us any closer to the 0. You're right. This is getting weirder and weirder. Oh, it fell! But the romance should have gone up. Yeah! They took the mold! They took the mold! What? What are they doing? I thought they were scraping the mold off the crystals to get the crystals, but very clearly, since we have no crystals here, and they're still scraping, they want the mold. Try to quit and start over. Oh. Let's continue on this one for a little bit more. Because it's giving me that, it makes me think that we've done something wrong, but who knows. We got Greg here. Let's make them debug. Assign 3 of them to debugging. And go to sleep. Time passes. Rick identifies a bug with the oxygen level simulation, but is unable to fix it. Weaver widens tunnels slightly to reduce the need for extra crouch commands. Greg fixed bugs. Weaver follows the strangers into the tunnels. She doesn't return, but neither do they. Oh, Weaver! What? Is that just how Weaver disappeared? Oh my god. Dude, we lost a person here. Oh. Again, no romance. Okay. If the strangers come because of the mold, does that mean that we gotta scrape it periodically so they don't come? I don't know. Hire someone new. You have hired Roberta, who studies fairy tales. Sounds good for, like, transcription, maybe? Or speculation? Put them all on transcription. And then sleep. Oh no. I'm so scared that the guys are gonna come back again. Greg types up some lurid imagery from a dream journal. Rick extensively notates tunnel diameter as a function of length. Roberta carefully transcribes the sounds of dripping water in all their variations over a period of several hours. All to make the simulation more realistic. Amy transcribed experiences. No! Greasy black mold is collecting on the computer equipment. Maybe we should try to start over or something? This doesn't seem to be helping. Well, okay, since Shannon insists. Okay, sure, I guess. I want to keep playing. Okay, sure, we can keep playing. No, is Shannon saying to stop because it's not helping us get to the 0? Or does she think the game will get nowhere? I don't know. Hiring Mary Ann who studies fine art. Everyone, there's a lot of mold. Can you guys, like, get rid of that crap? Everyone, start speculating widely. Roberta makes a convincing argument for the editability of stone. Greg posits the nature, not reason, is the master of industry. Mary Ann had ideas. Amy had ideas. Rick had ideas. You dream fitfully. So, does that mean that they're not good at the thing I made them do? When it says that? Oh, what the hell? Oh, I'm dreaming. You, Lula and Joseph, stand in a hallway. The walls are blank beige. It's just after winter quarter, but before spring, so there are no students around. Joseph says something clever, and Lula leans on his shoulder. Ooh? You wish that, instead, she had taken your hand, or that there were any other option. We have 5 guys here. The realism is dropping, but the romance is going up. Higher, higher, higher. We got unlimited funding, apparently. We hired Andrew, who is still here. Statistics. I don't know what the percentages do, though. I guess if we, like, I don't know who's good at what. I'll just put 2 on debugging. And then sleep. Greg fix bugs. Roberta fix bugs. No! They're taking the mold again. Oh, what the hell is happening here? I don't know how to... I really don't know what's going on. Like, I'll try it a little bit more, but I'm not... Connection failed. University message boards have been discontinued. That's not good. Guys, get to speculating on what's going on here. 3. Is anybody good at speculation? Rick had ideas, Greg had ideas, Andrew had ideas. Oh no. Your habit of absent-mindedly chipping away at cave crystals and sprinkling their dust in the air behind you has paid off. Just a few feet down one of the tunnels blooms a small but kaleidoscopic garden of crystals. We're not really getting anywhere. I'll try it. I don't know. I'm getting the feeling that I'm doing something horribly wrong, but I can't tell either way. Everyone start transcribing. Because no one's doing anything anymore. Yeah, these are also like generic. The mold. We gotta see the percentages maybe. Romance index is 100%. Okay, well, you know what? Let's try... What about the... Yeah, the university is done and we're just here. Is that what we're doing right now? We're just... Oh my god. Let me try debugging one last time, and if nothing happens, if the percentage doesn't change, then I'm gonna give up on this one. Yeah, look, they're not doing anything. A mail carrier on bicycle brings you a sizable bill from the power company. No, the percentages do change. It does change. But, like, they also go down. Earlier, we had a really high romance one. But now, I don't... I think it's time to give up. Come on, kid. We've got stuff to do. Quit. Are you sure you want to quit? Yes. That was a rhetorical question. Oh. Oh, what's the difference here? It's making me overthink everything. Exit? But you aren't in anything at the moment. Ah! Maybe we have to lose or die somehow in order to start over? Smash the computer! Violence isn't the answer to this one. Maybe we have to wait it out. Wait indefinitely. Time passes. Research assistants come and go. You don't encounter the strangers again, but sometimes you can hear the uncanny echoes of their voices off in the tunnels. Years pass. Mold accumulates. You and the remaining research assistants take to burning disused equipment in the center of the room. What, to keep warm? To keep a fire going? The black mold is intensely flammable. It makes an excellent catalyst. It leaves behind a sweet narcotic perfume. One night, you have visitors, us, outsiders, different ones. Then later that night, an old friend. Someone coming later? You really did go deeper into the caves. Hey, we gotta find Lula sometime too. Premature end of file. Press any key to quit. Oh, we sort of saw this before, but we couldn't read it, huh? Ah, okay, this simulation machine is really powerful, because it's getting everything pretty accurate. Up until now, it's almost like a prophetic machine here. Huh. Is Lula here? Because we are looking for her. We gotta give her the archive files.